One thing we want to do that is not necessarily the most popular idea when people start learning the guitar is learn the notes on the fretboard. This is really, really easy to do. It's not difficult. We're going to talk about how to do it in like 30 seconds a day, but it's so, so important. It's kind of hard to explain why it's so important until you actually do it, because it's difficult to understand the benefit that it has until you actually can see it for yourself. But here is an analogy that I think describes it really well. If you've ever watched a black and white movie, you can see what's going on, you know what's happening, and you might not really see the point in having color. But imagine turning color on for the first time on the TV. All of a sudden, you see so much more depth, so much more information. You can see what color certain things are. It conveys so much more in the experience of watching the film than if you just played it in black and white. That's what I think knowing the notes on the fretboard is like. If you don't know the notes on the fretboard, sure you can do stuff on the guitar, but it's like you're playing in black and white. You've got a compromised experience. It's not as enjoyable as if you flick the switch, turn color on, and know what everything is every time you play it. And the good news is, it's actually not that hard to do. So we're going to talk about how to go about doing this, and then we're going to start learning a couple of notes on the E and the A string. But by the end of this course, you're going to know all the notes on the fretboard, and it's going to be awesome. It'll be like you're watching movies in color. Here's what we're going to do in this lesson. We've got the E string, we've got the A string, and on this E string, we're just going to learn the note E and A. Just two. And then on the A string, we're just going to learn the note A and D. Two notes. And you might have noticed, these are the same notes of the chords that we've already learned. So here's what you're going to do. You're going to start with the E and the A, first of all. And for 30 seconds, you're going to call a random one out. E, A, E, A. There's only so many variations you can do with two, so let's throw another one in. You're going to add D now on the A string. And this is A as well, obviously, so we've got two different A's we can play now. So try and incorporate both of them as you call out a note. 30 seconds. E, D, A, A. That's not A. Means play that one. E, D, A, D, A, E, A. Just like that for 30 seconds. If you do this every day, like 2.5 minutes a week, you're going to know those notes like that. And as we get on to learning the next ones, you'll slowly start to build this familiarity with where they are on the fretboard, and it will actually be useful. Think about how you know what colors are. You know what colors are because that's what they are. You don't have to kind of work it out. You know, if I've got this pen that I had earlier, this is blue. I'm not sitting there looking at it thinking, it's not red. I don't think it's yellow. It's blue. We learn that that is blue, so we recognize it as blue. This is the same way we want to learn the notes on the fretboard on the guitar. We want to know that this is D because that's D and it's not going to be anything else. Think about how you learn the alphabet. You learn the alphabet in a sequence. If you ask someone, what letter comes before Q? Most people are probably going to start singing the alphabet song in their head. Because when we learn the alphabet, we just learn it in a sequence. There's no need for us to know it any other way. But when we learn colors, we learn to recognize them immediately because we need to be able to do that. Most people, when they start learning the notes on the fretboard, however, try and do it in sequence because it's similar to the alphabet, like in your mind. But resist the temptation to do that. We want to learn it like we learn colors. Hey guys, thanks for checking out the lesson. This one is part of a series of lessons that I produced while working on the content for our new beginner guitar course. If you're starting out on guitar, head along to guitarnutrition.com and check that out. And if you want a free Zoom lesson, go over to the website guitarnutrition.com and sign up for the newsletter.